Ultimate Black Panther. We are back talking about Ultimate Black Panther. Right. Last time I read it, it was pretty fun. From the battles with Ron Khonshu against Black Panther himself. Weird mystery about vibranium, which is fucking wild. Not now that we kind of know more about it. So I'll get to it. But last time I talked about Black Panther, T'Challa was in a war with Khonshu and Ra, who have brainwashed Wakandans like they are just, just kidnapping motherfuckers, enlightening them, and just saying, "Hey, follow me," and they say, "Yes, yes, master." And that's they are searching for something, and Storm and Killmonger have recently found the Sorceress Supreme, and they are helping Black Panther investigate what's going on in his country, which is not very good things. So much shit is going on, right? He also gets awakened to the voice of vibranium thanks to Moon Knight or one of his brick shit house builders or whatever, right? And Ra and Khonshu were able to awaken T'Challa to the understanding that vibranium is much more than metal. It's haunted metal. Ooh. It's God damn it. Like it's kind of stupid, but we'll get to it. Now we have T'Challa, who has a new understanding that Vibranium and that the Seers are who are supposed to protect Wakanda knew this all along, because of course they did. And Ra and Khonshu propose fucking terms, of course, because they said, "Fuck this war shit. Let's split Wakanda down the middle, be peaceful." How about that? T'Challa obviously said, "Fuck no, this is my country, suck my ass," and ended up deciding to decide on everything with a 1v1. Right? We'll go ahead and quick scope and do their own little thing, right? And unfortunately, I'm going to have to report this 1v1 was fucking ass. Like, everything was pretty much disappointing. Everything was settled in a very quickly, one panel, one page sort of situation. And it's sad, right? It's fucking sad. Black Panther won with no fucking issue. He really just one shot who is, Moon Knight here, which is crazy enough. They captured Ra and Khonshu, and the current Sorcerer Supreme tells T'Challa that there is something alive in the vibranium and is possessing the metal that is made out of his city, out of Wakanda itself. And this unstoppable monster spawns in like the goddamn Wither and beats T'Challa's ass and before he goes ahead and gets sent back into the metal, he sort of just smiles and said, "Fuck you." Now, this dark vibranium monster is fully awake and is possessing poor bastards. It's just my brain just I can't even deal with this shit anymore. like the Sorceress Supreme basically said, "Yeah, your city today needs a goddamn exorcism," and it's just fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck is going on? How did we get here from a war with Ra and Khonshu and Moon Knight to ghosts in a shell or ghosts in a Wakanda sort of story? Like, what's going on here, right? So after this whole event happened, T'Challa makes Killmonger his general while equipping a new old Black Panther costume that has no vibranium tech on it because he can't trust it because of the vibranium ghost or vibranium alien ghost. I don't fucking know, right? T'Challa takes Storm to investigate the vibranium that was stolen and how it's connected to the spirit in the metal, which after possessing more and more people gets stronger and fights T'Challa, beating his ass because of course he's getting his ass beat by the vibranium ghost. A group comes in and attacks Wakanda directly, only to get shit on by Killmonger, the Dora Milaje, T'Challa's wife, and just more on the Voodoo Khan, which are the seers and stuff, who come up and attack T'Challa's wife, who, by the way, came on to Killmonger before the Voodoo Khan came over to interrupt them, and of course they were defeated by the Sorcerer Supreme. And it's still kind of weird that they sort of just slipped in like, oh yeah, T'Challa's wife is now coming on to Killmonger because she likes the way he does things, I guess. I don't know, right? And then the kill of King and tries to get more info from Ra and Khonshu through torture, which T'Challa's wife is like, "We don't do that here." And he's like, "Last time I checked, I was fucking king, so suck my ass," right? T'Challa would also, at around the same time, I guess, sleep with Storm because, it's fucking Storm. And also, they get really fighting together and T'Challa saving her life from the vibranium ghost. So the spirit comes up and was like, hey, yeah, bro, the lightning huzz that you went ahead and put a baby in, that's going to be our new body. So later. And then beats his ass near to death. And that's it. That's it. Then Bast come over here with the goddess Huz, of course. Takes him away to where he can be more than Black Panther, to where he can be the incarnation of the real Black Panther. That's either her or her pet or her incarnation or whatever the fuck, right? And that's where the comic ends so far, right? Like, I don't know if these monsters are Kree or Skrulls or Skrulls or whatever the fuck, right? But my God, we did gods to a battle with ghosts or alien ghosts or whatever the fuck is going on here. Like, I understand that the prophecy says that the son of T'Challa will be the chosen one, and when they got specific that the mother will be a woman of lightning, we all knew it was going to be fucking Storm. So obviously he's going to be cheating on his wife or. Something's going to happen to where he leaves his wife or I don't agree with any of the cheating at all. Like them actually doing this makes T'Challa a piece of shit. They could have actually made a story to where he doesn't need to fucking cheat to go ahead and give the seed to Storm to make this baby, right? But goddamn, like they made his wife, like, her coming on to Killmonger, like come on now. This is something you don't do if you want your characters to be liked. I'm just like foaming at the mouth of how absurd all this is, right? Like having T'Challa still finding his way being I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and down a little bit, right? Why not have it to where T'Challa is still finding his way, being king and learning from his mistakes, good and bad. Have him, go ahead and drift away from his wife, or they both understand that, that they aren't really suited for each other, right? But having him cheat on his fucking wife and impregnating Storm first shot is not something you fucking do, okay? It also like a fucking whore, right? Since she was fucking Killmonger this entire time, ever since the first frame she came up, right? Like what are we doing here? Do you guys just did the writers just fucking watch Love Island and decide to do that with Wakanda and switch girls like with the two guys here? Like what's going on here? Like is this Love Island Wakanda? I like they could have done this in a way that didn't just put negative 300 points to Gryffindor to my favorite characters here, right? And completely just put negative points on their images. Like the war with Ra and Khonshu making both T'Challa and his wife realize they don't truly mesh and that everything was pretty much arranged and they try their best to make it work, but it doesn't. And the only thing that they really enjoy doing in the kingdom and not really having much to do with love, right? Where they both and they both just don't truly mesh with each other, of course, right? And they fell out of love, or what they thought was love, right? And they discussed everything, and they decide to separate amicably after the war that they would, of course, and pursue anyone that they want, right? A similar situation could be with Killmonger's and Storm, where they have their own problems where they would separate since they have different different ideals and views on what they want in the future, and separate a bit more abrupt and unresolved. Then T'Challa and his wife be with T'Challa, and of course Killmonger will feel some sort of way. Of course, it's Killmonger, but T'Challa's ex-wife would take his attention off them, and they would go ahead and do their own thing and discuss, and she would kind of soothe his anger and kind of open his eyes, like, hey, you and Storm was more like a situational thing, and now you're free to do whatever you want in a land, so many opportunities, this and that, and that's how they get together. And why the fuck not? Why not just throw in a plot of the ex-wife and Killmonger plotting against the two and trying to betray them and take over Wakanda and all this other shit, instead of all this fucking infidelity shit, right? We don't need any of that, right? Like it's just not something I want my characters to deal with. Not something I want, right? As a reader to see. Um, the only thing I found truly interesting was from like the last comic was Bast coming in, reaching out to T'Challa so he can be enhanced with in some sort of way, probably being enhanced by the heart shaped herb, or becoming Bast's avatar, greatly enhancing his ability and so on. That's the only thing that really interested me. Not much of the drama that ensues in the background, because the events of what's going on has shifted crazily, because what the fuck, right? And I think this direction that they did, like this 180 towards this prophecy with ghosts and the vibranium, is a bit fucking weird and just out of left field for me. Even though it was kind of teased, I was crazy shit, right? All this buildup from Raw and Khonshu and their war just fucking gone in like a panel, right? And it's just so fucking disappointing. It makes me unhappy with the Ultimate Black Panther comic, and it's just not something I'm truly interested in right now. Maybe when it gets finished or a couple more issues ahead, it'll get more satisfying, more interesting, but I don't know. Really don't know. I guess we will go ahead and see when it's done. Let me know what you guys think of the comic so far. Subscribe for more and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Stay safe and healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically. See you guys next time. Subscribe for more. See you guys next time. Peace.